na e won some so a efa e ase not ma shebedwane jem jache kwesen de omanfo ni mr nsam de aye deja wa ekrom ha yie pa esanse e yade omu chema e ye owre okita dual citizenship enunti ontime nya ma shebedwane e ma ase not for e ma ni case ne de aye bebre na e ye owre bi oye private citizen aye friend of Michael and Kuma nifa ono e na chese file case against MP no e me kokko wiemu de na chese e Cape Coast High Court for de omaji atum se e yade a owre no ontime ma ma shebedwane ewo Ghana hanom ene e bae ne de ekoya ekokopie mu ewo Supreme Court eyo rei esan di ko Supreme Court na otwemu se ono kasa bɔ no ho modern se ya de omo pese omo nsaka eye jemjache kwese na nso mo ye ya ni nyina ankwa nkosi aga na Supreme Court no ehye ye se ene nsem ana pokrata ye friend substituted services no de ya de enkobi emfama ni ye pa se ye de eye inkrata na se messages awodo ne de ye de bi be femfam ne dan no ene ne nkeka mo mekɔ wiempo de newspaper publication kra de ebi be mu na mu ye wie ya che so mo de ne ho nsem ekokoto ye daily graphic mu e na jemjache kwese na ne lawyer chachuchi kata e de bebetu dwa se emra anampo no sania omusi ebo aya mane ne fa ye no e ade a jemjache kwese nya de obetumi aye bibie de afa ho efe nso mamfa emra kwa so enu ntro mo kwa ye review eno e na bebetu dwa se ye review a aye jemjache kwese on ne lawyer e chachuchi kata e de kokoto dwa no e ade a omabo ato egu esanse court no etwem a ne nsam a de bebetu dwa no enyina so bia ennim enu ntino oma dismiss abo ato egu city aye kase e won sansama e koso e fa eye odati lamte e na afi ne yire asisa de friend no Gloria apia mu nsem de na sentem de be ye de je yie pam mu akwakwugina mu e wo court kra e ma 9 years yu mu etiri no afi na chese to me ruling case no ewie no manfo e be kai a emra na nsem no nampo no court no Accra High Court e ruling case de ya de a eye Gloria apia etiri mu se ohia mpatasika eye 500,000 Ghana cedis na so kokko wie mu no na chese court no ese ya de a odati lamte e ma no eye emu 40% na court no e de aba ne enti a chese mo share ne se onche sa mpatasika no eye 200,000 Ghana cedis na omutwema emre bi edru ya na nampo na ansa na eye odati lamte e kwa akwaware eye Gloria Pia na odi ni juma nampo ye juma e wo Golden Tulip na so kwa ye kokoware no ka che ne se ne ja ejuma wo ye na baba ye housewife mama na je se mra otu kwan na otutu kwan kwa England ehi Germany ne nkeka wana obobo no se nkenya abayo ya nampo ye rabe ya nkobeba no na je se nechi asai basa na nso no otumi ma obai ni nyina se wedi bone se nkoye DNA na wa afa nachi ene ne nkeka ni nyina no mu se ade a era no aye bone edi eti odate lamte na nso no wo so tua san patasika no edema no esansa ya ade a abayo no esumbu yie pa oboa no ohwe ne mba ene ne nkeka hu nyina ne ntino eno waje ne so nchi aye san patasika aye 200,000 Ghana cedis enfama aye era Gloria na afin so no ne ka asa hodo obi a ewo so fanka na dobe kwa benya ne dan ewo no so fanka ne ho Professor Stephen Kweku Asari adodo na friend se Kweku Aza no so edin semfo bi ababeto dwa efa nsensema ekoso efa eye jemjache kwesen mahebedwani ema ase no ena chese otwemu se nsensema ekoso mu twemu sa ne ena jemjache kwesen esanso kita dual citizenship enu ntina yema ne ntina mahebedwani ne keka won se eno enya asem no kra ne mom no ne po a otumi po ye ne Canadian citizenship ejina so ba be jina se mahebedwani wo Ghana eno ena entumi eni amwa no kra esanso no ye wie no opo ne Canadian citizenship ni wie no nanka wo so onya botre kakra nanka wo no nkasa hwe na echese bibia etodi ansa na bibi wo nom na wotumi aya na so koye se esanso opese obegina se mahebedwani ntina ho popo ene ne nkeka ho ntina fe so pandemic na eba ye no entumi ama nyema ensi enwie ma chese nnema no ema amboa na endi yenso amfa ma no kra na no wi ochiremu so no ompene se na amanfo esisom omochiremu sa na ontumi ntina mahebedwani ondi ochiremu a enya de a obepene na nampo obeji atom ene anasa ochina no so kwakotwo ade agu ni Facebook post so tetentin a so baga na weba obenya nsemfo enyina bi akenkan
about to enter the Lagos Hope. I'm going to be reliving my childhood memories. I did this when I was, I think, 7, 8 years, which was long time ago. So when I heard they were in Ghana, like, nah, I have to visit this place. So I'm currently here. You can see a lot of kids around, and it's a very long queue. I came here around 10:30, and it's like 12 now, and we are about to enter. So yeah, I came here with Laurie Lawson. You all know Laurie Lawson. I'm sure you're all tired of seeing her on my channel. So we're everywhere together. Yeah, so we paid 8 cedis each for the. I thought it was 12 cedis. It's 8 cedis for one. Yeah, so we are about to enter. Yeah, below 12. Yeah. Some of the kids. So yeah, we're about to enter. The ship is really, 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 really huge. It's not big, it's really, really huge. And this is reliving my childhood memories.
Very short information about our book fair. So we are here in the lifeboat, the safest and biggest lifeboat in the world. So from here we move to the book fair. Now at the center of the book fair we have information desk. If you want any information, or if you're looking for a specific book and you're not getting the book, you go there and you ask, they will assist you. From here we come to the cash desk. Over here, any item that you picked from the book fair, you go there and then you pay your money. From here, we come to the discount items. Over there, we have Lagos Hope bags like this. You buy one for 45 cedis, and then you take 2 books for free. From here, we come to the journey of life. Here, we have 9 stories there. You have the power, or you have the opportunity to watch and listen to the stories that we have there. From here we come to the International Cafe. You can buy some popcorn, ice cream.
So you get a basket, which I have, and I'm going to be shopping for books for my little nieces and nephew, and for myself. So remember, I also mentioned in my vlogs that this year I'm going to invest in reading books. This is just the beginning. So yeah, let's go. You're coming along. Come closer.
Wait, someone, wait. Let me go. That's what size.
This, and I'm really interested just because it shows all the country and it has stickers. So once I'm able to visit a country, I will stick this on my maybe my vision board or something. So yeah, I'm getting this because of that. So one of the things I've noticed is most of the books here are either novels or Christian books. So yeah, I'm getting this Jesus, the story of Jesus, for my children too. So yeah, so far so good. I haven't been to the adult side yet, but so far I like what I'm seeing. So these are the cooking book section. We have here how to make cupcakes, delicious Italian meals, and then this is for baking. So this is the food section. This is all the food section. So, well, my friends know I've always been telling them how much I wish to have boys. So I'm buying this book for myself because, yeah, it's how it looks like, and it talks about bringing up boys and raising children. And so, yeah, this is what I'm getting for myself. This is what caught my attention. Yeah, I'm getting this. So this is how it works here. If you see a book that has 100 units, it means 100 units, it's 14 cedis. So each unit and its price. The highest you can get is 140 cedis, which are the very, very big books. So they have the Holy Bible. This is also the bigger one. Holy Bible. Have you found the book yet?
Me, I'm just enjoying the books here.
But we are looking for travel-related.
Yeah, that's
books.
what I am looking for. She's going everywhere.
No, because I'm concentrating more on the kids because there are a lot of kids book here.
Oh,
yeah, than
Mother
even
of
the
all.
adults. Yeah, mother of all. And the book,
For me,
the
I
book.
can only think of 2 people, my friend's place, Stella, and 1 at my house. So the rest of my siblings, they're all adults.
So
And I can't choose a book for them. They have to come.
Okay, I am the youngest, and all my sisters and my brother, they all have kids, and so I'm surrounded with kids.
the
So
eldest.
so far, this is what I got. I got them the puzzles for the ones that are below 10 years. Then I got this for myself, bringing up boys, because God knows my heart. I wish to have 2 boys, 2 kids, like 2 boys, and I've always been saying it, like even my friends even are like, Stella, don't you even want a girl? You're a girl, why don't you want a girl? But I'll be very happy if God gives me 2 boys. If my future husband is watching this video, he wants a girl, he needs to pray hard because my prayers are hard. Then I'm going to get
I want to get that,
too
the
for
brain
my
games.
this for my other kids. So I took the books based on their ages, then yeah, and others. Then the sticker, the travel sticker, yeah, which I showed you all earlier. So I'm actually super excited. I hope by the time you are watching this video you come here. If not, next year they're going to be here. They're going to be here January, February, every year. So yeah, next year you can come around with your children, especially if you have kids. Come with them. We have books on transport, reference, nature. Something that always gets my attention is nature. And let's see what this book has. It's just like natural world, animals, and facts about life and nature. This is beautiful. So just when I was looking for the travel stand, we finally found one, and this is how it looks.
Oh, Ghana needs this. Let me see. But it's not for Ghana. This is Barbados. Barbados. Yeah. Could be in my bag when I'm going to a francophone country. Oh, hola.
This is a French
Je
one.
m'appelle Laura.
Are you going to be
Je m'appelle Lori Lawson. There is a Spanish one here, but I don't know when I would go. So if you are looking to sponsor me to a trip, please let me know so that I get one now. Then I start speaking Espanol. Hola.
Are you sure you need this? This is the biggest book I've seen here. So big.
Whoa.
Yeah. The world. And we are here, Africa.
Ghana. Hey, Ghana is. Look at Ghana.
Let's see the next page. Okay, no, I think a page before here. It's Africa, and of course, this is Ghana. So this is the map of Ghana, and I have visited every region in Ghana, and I'm so proud, and I can't wait to visit every country in the world. I can't wait to really visit every country in the world, at least before I die. So yeah, it's so exciting seeing this. So this is the end section here. When you buy a bag of 25 cedis, you are in 45 cedis. 45 cedis, you are entitled to take 2 books, but most of the books here are educational books like this. And then well, I think it's good. It's a cool deal, but they're not the kind of books I wanted, so yeah. This brings us to the end of this vlog. This brings us to the end of this experience. I did this when I was like 8-9 years old, and I came back here to see the Lagos Hope, which is a very popular thing. They come every year and they visit almost every West African country. So it's been fun. I got some books for myself, my nephews, my mom, everyone will have a fair share of the books, and the books are very affordable. So yeah, whenever you are around at this time between January to the end of February, please come along with your kids. This is how the ship looks like, and so far it has been fun. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed documenting my entire experience at the Lagos Hope. Lagos Hope is a cruise ship that comes to Africa every year with amazing books for sale, Christian books, parenting books, cooking books, all kinds of books. So yeah, until next time on my next video, I want to say thank you all. I wish I can blow you kisses, but let's see. Mwah.
People from every nation and tongue, from generation to generation, we worship you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we worship you for who you are. We worship you. Hallelujah.
afternoon, Father. Thank you very much. And Happy New Year. I hope you are doing well. Thank God.
I'm very grateful.
We are grateful.
To have you today.
Thank you also for allowing us to come.
I'm very, very honored and grateful to you. So thank you. See you most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Father. I'm grateful. We hope to have a nice conversation today. All right. Thank you. Welcome to the all-new season of The Untold here on GhanaWeb TV with me, Eche Atisu. And what a way to kick off this season as we speak to no mean of a personality than Reverend Father Andrew Campbell, the man known as the leper's priest. He tells us a story of how he found his way to this West African country and all the beautiful stories 50 plus years here in these beautiful countries. What is a story? Do you know about all of it? We have it all right here on The Untold here on GhanaWeb TV. We'll bring you all of the details right after this. We begin our story with a man who introduces himself as Dr. Joyce Aye's twin, even though they were born in opposite sides of the world.
My name is Father Andrew Patrick Joseph Nilante Campbell. I was born on the 27th of March 1946. It was a Wednesday. And just by coincidence, Reverend Dr. Joyce Aye, she was born also on the 27th of March 1946. So we see each other as twins, except she was born at 8 o'clock in the morning and I was born at 5:30 in the evening, so she's older than me.
From far back in Ireland, Reverend Father Andrew Campbell speaks of the family he was privileged to be born into and why leaving them was the hardest decision.
I was born into a very, very happy family. I had a brother, Martin, but he died when he was a baby. I have 2 sisters, but one was killed in an accident just 3 months after I came to Ghana. Yesterday was her anniversary, which was 50 years anniversary, yes, of her death. And she was a year older than I. So she died on the 11th of January, 1971. And then I have another sister who's younger than I, just 1 year younger than me. She's at home with our 2 daughters who are married also with children. So there were 4 of us: Martin, Margaret, Deirdre and myself, and then Mommy and Daddy. And we were the happiest family. I can honestly say that the hardest thing for me coming to Ghana was leaving my family. Leaving a happy, loving, caring family. I had a wonderful mother. I had a wonderful father. And I thank God for their great example, their love. I never saw them fight. I never saw them argue. Never. You know, if they did it in the room on their own, but not in front of us children. They were always, they were in love with one another. That's how I saw it. My daddy would come home from work on a Friday. He was paid on a Friday, and he would just take out his money from his pocket and put it on the table. He says, "There's my wages. Now what's our expenses? What's our expenses?" So they'd work out the expenses to see, you know, how they covered this, that, and the rest. They shared everything.
He tells us an interesting story about how his parents met and how his mother ended up in the convent, albeit shortly.
My mother was a very religious person. When she finished school, she went into become a pork butcher. All our family were pork butchers, the whole family. All my aunts and my uncles, my grandfather and all of them, they were all pork butchers. And my mother, of course, became a pork butcher. So she was in the shop selling pork, you know. And that's where she met my father. My father was living near the shop, and he must have been coming there to buy meat, and he met her. And obviously, he asked her out, and they were dating one another. For how long, I don't know. I never asked my father these questions. I should have, but I didn't. But they were dating for a while. And then one day my mother said to my father, I have a feeling God is calling me to be a reverend sister. And I don't know what my reaction was from my father, but my mother actually left for the convent, the Sacred Heart Convent. And ever since that time, I've got a strong devotion to the Sacred Heart. My mother joined our congregation just for 3 months, because after 3 months her health broke down and she came out. But she was 3 months in the convent as a postulant of the Sacred Heart Confraternity. And that, for her whole life, she inspired us with devotion to the Sacred Heart. Our home was consecrated to the Sacred Heart. We had always had the red light of the Sacred Heart burning, you know, in our hallway. The big picture of the Sacred Heart. So she always gave us that devotion. The Sacred Heart will take care of you. So when she left the convent, who was there ready to meet except my father? So they started dating again and got married. And I can honestly say, my mother was a wonderful person. She loved cooking. She baked beautiful cakes and apple tarts, and you know, also she just loved it. And she was always helping people, always assisting people, no matter what. She'd go to the church in the morning on our bicycle. There was always a basket on the front of our bicycle, and she would ask the neighbours, can I buy things for you, anything you want down at the shops? And she would do that. She was so caring and so loving and always thinking of other people. My father too was also a very caring man. He did a lot of work in the Legion of Mary, and he used to visit old people every week and bring them out for parties and one thing or the other. He was also very, very caring and sharing in every way. So the two of them, my mommy and my daddy, had a wonderful family.
Tragedy, however, struck his home and took away one of his dear sisters, and 50 years on, he never forgets.
We weren't well off because nobody in our family went to secondary school except me. I was the only one who went to secondary school. My sisters didn't go to secondary, they went to primary school, and my eldest sister, she died and she was working, and it was a tragic death. She was on the back of a motorbike, and the car came and knocked her down. The boyfriend survived, he's alive, he got married again. And I don't think, you know, I can't forget my sister. She took over when my mother died, and she cared for us in our family. She was such a loving, loving, loving person. I could even remember just there on the 11th, it was just her 50th anniversary, so I can never forget Margaret for her love and care. So that was the family I came from. And we had prayer every evening. Mommy would take the rosary beads out and say, right, time for rosary. Turn off the radio. We had no television in those days. No television, no telephone, no car. We were just an ordinary family. So she would take out the rosary beads and give everybody the rosary. We'd all grab a chair and kneel behind a chair, and we'd pray the rosary together. Because we always said a family that prays together will stay together. You never left our house without her blessing you. She had a holy water font on the side of the door, and she blessed everybody going out. She took us to Mass every morning. Every morning she took the children to Mass, and I'll always remember that. After communion, you know, we'd all be kneeling down, my two sisters and myself would be kneeling down, and then Mommy would come back from communion. And one thing I'll always remember about her, she kissed every one of us after communion. Now, I must have been about 4, and my eldest sister was 5, and my younger sister was 3, because we hadn't made our first communion. And Mommy would come back from communion, and she would kiss each one of us. And I wondered, why would she kiss us? Why? And it was her way of sharing Jesus with us. She received Jesus in communion. Now she wanted to share Jesus with us. And she would just kiss each one of us. It was a wonderful, wonderful gesture. Even the prayers, she prepared me for my first communion, because I made my communion when I was 6 years of age. I was in primary school. So I was only 6 years of age when I made my communion. And who prepared me was my mother. Even the prayers I say today, and I'm 51 years a priest, the prayers I say after communion every day at Mass is what my mother taught me. So to me, my family were everything to me. They taught me everything, and they gave me all that love and that support.
While he had a happy home to grow in, little Andrew Campbell did not entirely have an easy life.
When I was 13, things weren't easy at home. I mean, I remember times going to school with big holes in my shoes, and I couldn't afford a new pair of shoes. And we'd stick a piece of cardboard in them, and I'd go to school with cardboard in my shoes. Or I'd have a patch in my trousers. We couldn't afford a new pair of trousers. Things were difficult. It wasn't easy for my mommy and my daddy. As I say, nobody went to secondary school. I was 13 when I finished primary school. And that's when my father says, Andrew says, we cannot afford to send you to secondary school. It'll cost £10 a year. We haven't got it. Go and work. So at the age of 13, I went to work in a wholesale grocer's on the back of a truck. And I did that for 1 year. We worked for a Jew man who was very strict. 8 o'clock in the morning you start work. I'd go to Mass at 7:30, then come to work at 8 o'clock. And you work from 8 to 6 every day for 30 shillings a week. And I'd bring that money home to my daddy and say, Daddy, here's my money. Every week we got paid on a Friday. I gave it to Daddy, here's my money. And he gave me 2 and 6 pocket money out of that. And that went on for 1 year. And then the second year, I was promoted at the age of 14. I was promoted to the shop. And I was behind the counter. And there I was responsible for all the big sales of chocolate, big chocolate boxes, chocolate, cheese, cigarettes. All of these, I was in charge of that at the age of 14. But I still wasn't happy.
Like an inner voice constantly thumping through his heart, he grew up feeling unhappy and sensing that there was something missing in his life that he needed to resolve.
Something was calling me and said, look, this is not for you. It's not for you. So at the age of 15, I applied to the Divine Word to the junior seminary over in England, and I wanted to be a priest. And I always felt that calling, that God is calling me to be a priest. When I was in primary school, I used to read these magazines, you know, on missionaries going out to various countries in Africa and Philippines and different countries. And I always had that feeling, God is calling me to share the gospel with others. And that's where it started. That's when the seed was sown in primary school. So when I was working for those 2 years, I wasn't happy. I said, this is not for me, you know. And I applied, and I got entrance into the junior seminary over in England. And I was there, I did my O-levels, I did 3 years, I was over there. I did it, prepared for my coming to the major seminary. So at the age of 18, then that's when I applied for the major seminary. But every holiday I worked. I worked in supermarkets, sweeping floors, putting food on shelves. I worked in a big clothing factory where they take pieces of clothing, you know, from various factories, and you sort them out. This is nylon, this is polyester, this is cotton. I worked in a big shop, you know, huge, big bowl, big packages of old cloth and the rest. I worked in various places, you know, during the holidays because I had to work. I had to think of the next term. What's happening the next term? I need money for the next term. So we never did extra classes at home, never. You always went to work, whether it was a long vacation or whether it was Christmas time, it didn't matter. You went to work to bring money in. And I worked, but I remember when it was 1964, I worked in a supermarket in Dublin, and I was sweeping floors, and I was putting food on shelves. And that's when I applied to join the major seminary to go along to be a Divine Word missionary, to start my education and my training as a Divine Word missionary, and I've become a novice.
Becoming too clear by this time that he might just miss his opportunity to go to the seminary, all that was left for the young Andrew was a miracle. And a miracle did he get.
I was working in the shop, downstairs in the storeroom, and sweeping and cleaning and the rest. And I had to get a long list of clothing and others to go to the seminary. I said,